Hello students, welcome back to this online course of water resource engineering. So till now we have discussed about the gravity dam, various forces, various load combinations, principal stress, maximum and minimum stress, and little bit of analysis while discussing the forces. Now let us try to solve this problem. So this type of problem there will be in your examinations in midterm as well as RTU. So try to understand what the problem is trying to state. So check the safety of a given dam against sliding. So assume coefficient of friction, specific gravity, and the weight of concrete. So these are the three things which are given to us. What we have to check? We have to check against sliding. So while discussing the sliding failure, we have seen how this dam will be safe. How? When the factor of safety against sliding will be greater than 1. So this was this factor of safety which was coming out to be mu times summation b upon summation h. So mu is given as 0.75. Summation b and summation h we have to calculate, and it should come greater than 1. If it is greater than 1, the dam is safe. If it is equal to 1, the dam is on the verge of failure, and if it is less than 1, then we have to redesign this dam. That means the dam is not safe. Okay, so accordingly you have to solve this problem. So first, the vertical forces which will be coming will be this weight and the thrust. Due to this thrust, this is horizontal, uplift will be there. So we have to calculate majorly these three forces. So let me just grab it. So while discussing the this weight factor, I have told we have to divide the structure into simple areas. Okay, so this was a trapezium. So what we have done, we have divided it into a rectangle and a triangle. Individually we will calculate W1 and W2, and this is triangular variation, this is triangular variation, so no problem, directly we can get the area. So first is weight of the dam. So weight, that means the specific gravity of concrete will come into picture. That is given as 23.544, and gamma W is 9.8. So gamma C is nothing but G times gamma W. So 2.4 was given as G and 9.81 is gamma W. So we can calculate, it is coming out to be 23.544 kilonewton per meter cube. So weight of dam will be W1 plus W2, this weight of this rectangle and weight of this triangle. Okay, you can see here this is W1 and this is W2. So W1 is what? 7 into 100 means this is 7 and this height is 100. So rectangle area is 100 into 7 multiplied by 1, that means we are taking per unit length, multiplied by gamma C. W2 will be half into, this is 90 and this is 68, because 75 minus 8 will be, 75 minus 7 will be 68. So base is 68 multiplied by 1 multiplied by gamma C. So finally you are getting W as 88,525.44 kilonewton. So this is the weight of the dam. Now one more vertical force, that is uplift force. So uplift force will come from uplift area, uplift diagram, area of uplift diagram. So U is nothing but half into, so this is the uplift area, uplift diagram. You can see this diagram. So this is base is 75, 97 gamma W is this. So finally you are getting U as this value. Now the horizontal force is only thrust, water thrust is there at the upstream side, so that is also directly you can get. So this is very simple. If you have got the concept very clearly, you will easily solve the problems. Now, so summation v will be what? W minus u. W minus u, put all the values here. Finally, you will get the factor of safety. So it is coming out to be 0.8587. That means it is less than 1, and the factor of safety is less than 1. The dam is not safe. It is unsafe against the sliding. So this will be our answer, because the question was check the safety only. We have to check only whether it is safe or unsafe. So after calculation and all the details, we have seen that it is unsafe. It is not telling about the design and something. It is just telling about we have to check. So we have checked and it is coming out to be unsafe. Now let us see the second question. It is a little bit longer question, and it will cover various aspects which we have seen till now. So figure shows the section of a gravity dam built of concrete. So it is a concrete gravity dam. Calculate neglecting the earthquake effects. So we have to not consider the earthquake effect. So first is maximum vertical stress at the heel and toe of the dam. Okay, so first part is this. Second is the major principal stress at the toe of the dam, and the third is the intensity of shear stress on the horizontal plane near the toe. So whatever we have discussed till now, all the problems, all the concepts will come into picture by this question. We have to assume the weight of concrete as 23.5, and unit weight of and allowable stress is 2500 kilonewton per meter square. So these are the two values given, and the various RLs. In surveying you have studied the reduced level. So various reduced levels are given in this diagram. Let me show you. Let me just zoom it. So this is the diagram. So you have to calculate the various heights. So height you have to calculate. This is given, slope is given, so that you can calculate alpha, which will come into principal stress and shear stress. Also here drainage gallery is also given. So you will see the concept of drainage gallery also by this example. So solve this example very carefully. There are high chances that this type of problem will come into your exams. Okay. So what we have to do first, we have to see what are the forces which are coming here. So as you can see, tailwater is also here. So this is the force diagram. Okay, so this is the thrust due to water. This weights are there, W1 and W2. This is P2. Why it is coming? It is due to tailwater. And this is the diagram for uplift. As drainage gallery is given, what we have to do? First, we have to see what is this value and what is this total value. This plus the difference of this and this divided by 3. So it is coming like this. So just see the uplift pressure which I have discussed in very much detail. So from there you will get the idea how these values are coming. So let me just show you in the tabular form how we have got these values. So I would suggest you all to just draw this kind of table while solving the problem of gravity dams. So first calculate the vertical forces, then calculate the horizontal forces individually, and now we have to check for the sliding, and we have to check for the eccentricity also we have to calculate. So for that we have to take the moment about moment about toe. Okay, so for this we have to take the lever arm. So just go through this W1, W2, U1, U2 I have shown in the figure previously. Check how these values are coming. If you are having any doubt, just ask me in the comment section, or you can just email me, or just put your doubt into classroom. That's why I have taken the very detailed in detail way I have written the lever arm how these values have come. So after calculating all these, so W1 W2 simple rectangle, area of rectangle multiplied by this, what the toughest will be your this, not toughest, it will be little bit lengthy, so you have to calculate this diagram. So divide this into 4, u1, u2, u3 and u4 simple figures. We have to divide our whole this force diagram, then it will be very much easy for us to calculate the various values. Okay, so these values have come. Now these were the forces. Okay, now the summation V will be what? Summation V is nothing but the downward force is what? First is W1, W2 and the this weight of water supported on a downstream face. This is also contributing. It is just like it is acting as a part of what? Dam. So that's why vertical force due to this water weight will also come, not due to this water. Why? Because this is not acting as a part of gravity dam, but this water, if you are seeing, it is coming along with the weight. It is acting in the direction of weight also only. Okay, that's why we have taken the weight of downstream water, not upstream water. Clear? So this is very simple. Just put the values which the downward force along with weight of the dam minus the upward forces. Upward forces is nothing but the 1, 2, 3, 4, u1, u2, u3, u4. That is the uplift force. So finally we are getting as summation V is coming out to be 43,050 kilonewton downwards. So it is we are having more weight than the uplift. Okay. Now horizontal forces like 31,392 is nothing but the what? Thrust. This value here. This is our thrust, and P2 is, it is acting away from, it is acting towards downstream and it is acting towards upstream. So this will be not additive, we have to subtract. Okay, so after this calculation you will get summation V, summation H. We have got these two values. Now we have to calculate the moment. Okay, this is summation H, this is summation V. Now the moment is nothing but simply multiply the force with the lever arm which we have calculated in the table. So you have to be very careful. What is the, we have to check for anti-clockwise or and clockwise. Sorry, this is clockwise, this is anti-clockwise. So just accordingly you have to write the values. You can take either anti-clockwise positive or you can take either anti-clockwise positive. It's up to you. The final value will come like this. So accordingly, if you are taking anti-clockwise positive as I have taken, so clockwise will be negative for you. Just put the values with sign. So finally you will get the summation moment is total moment, net moment is coming out to be this value. Now the resultant will act in the mechanics only. You have seen like how to calculate the resultant. So resultant is nothing but the summation M divided by summation V. So put the values, you are getting 18.06 meter. So eccentricity is high, is how much? B by 2 minus x bar. We have to check how much distance of resultant is from the midpoint from the depth, the width of the dam. So B by 2 is midpoint. You have to subtract this value. So you will get 9.94 meter. Clear? Now you have got this value. So we have to just put the values here and we have to check for what? Pressure. The P max is 1 plus 6 1 minute here. So P max is this value, 1 here plus sign will come. Okay, so you will get 1587.6 kilonewton per meter square, and P mean will be 1 minus 6 E by B. So you will get this value. Now the major principle. So this was the first part. Simply the major principal plane is what? P PV. Now tailwater is also there, so we have to take this also. So PV tau sec square alpha minus P dash tan square alpha. Alpha is tan alpha is 2 by 3. So direct calculate the value of tan alpha and sec alpha like I have taken here. Don't go in detail of how much the alpha, then you will calculate tan alpha. Don't calculate first alpha and then tan. Directly calculate tan alpha. From there tan square alpha. From there sec square alpha. Directly put the value. And the major principal stress coming out to be 2267. In the question it was given the max permissible value is 2500. So it is safe. Now finally the intensity of shear stress on a horizontal plane. That is also, that formula is there. Every value we have calculated. Just put the value. It is also coming out to be less than 2500 kilonewton per meter square. Again I would say, if you are having any doubt, just ask me wherever you want me to clear your doubt. Okay, you can email me, you can message me, but I would say please go through, try to first see this solution and try to solve it by your own. Then only you will get your concept very much clear, and at least 15 to 20 marks. Okay, maybe 10 marks this type of question you will get into your RTU exam. So this topic is very very important. So this is all for today. In the next lecture we will see the basic profile of elementary profile of your gravity dam. So that will be the last topic of this gravity dam topic. So this is all for today. Thank you.